Hi there, this is Tina Heisman from A Life Designed. I teach women how to stop sabotaging their relationships so they can experience more happiness and fun and joy in their relationships. Today, I want to talk to you about a very important relationship, and that's our marriage relationship, because it can be a dicey one, even though it's our most important one. I want to talk to you specifically about our perspectives on marriage and see if this is something that helps you create more peace and less conflict in your marriage. And so I'd like to propose that marriages are an opportunity for us to grow into our best versions of ourselves, meaning marriages provide challenges or opportunities for us to be the woman we want to be, to maintain peace, to maintain composure when we might kind of want to lose it. And I propose that these challenges are for our good and for our benefit and can create a better marriage. If we handle them right, they can create a better marriage for us, you guys. And why I want to talk to you about this is because a lot of times in marriage, we look at something that our spouse might be doing and feel annoyed by it or frustrated by it. And we might, talk to them about it or get in arguments about it and try to change them, right? Like if they would only do this, then I would be happy. And the problem with going about it this way is it never works. It really never works. And even if we did convince our spouse to do something our way, if they don't actually want to do it our way, are we actually helping our marriage? Like, are we actually creating more peace if one of us is winning and one of us is losing, kind of a thing? I think the answer is no. And so a silly, stupid example of this is years ago in my marriage, early in my marriage, like my husband would leave his half dirty clothes at the end of the bed, right? Like to where he might pick them up the next day and, wear the shorts, after work or something like that. And that just bugged me. Like I'm the kind of a person who, firstborn type A, I want to clean my room every day. I want it clean all the time. It's kind of crazy. Like it doesn't work this way, but I would like my house always to be ready for a guest to come over and it looks perfectly clean, like a guest is coming over. That's not reasonable. People don't really live like that, And so, especially my husband. And so this caused a lot of bickering and fighting. And so once I learned about the ability to change my perspective on things, I decided to do that. Like literally just one day I decided I'm not going to be upset about this anymore. I'm just done. And this was through working with my life coach, her showing me some perspective of saying, on a scale of 1 to 10, how important is this to you that the clothes are left on the end of the bed? And if 10 is super important and 1 is not important at all, honestly, I gotta say it's a 1. In the scheme of marriage and all of the things that we do and deal with and in our lives, such a small thing. Now, you might ask yourself this question over something going on in your relationship, and you might find this is a 10. This is really important to me. And that's really good information because it allows you to know that you need a healthy conversation with your spouse. And there's a way to have these conversations that works better than other ways. A lot of times we're very reactive and bossy, I want to say. If you're type A like me, it might come off that way anyway, even though you don't mean it that way. Even sometimes when we're trying to be helpful, it just doesn't come off the right way to our husbands. And so knowing the value and the importance of this thing to you will tell you we need to have a healthy conversation. And so let me sit down and put a couple of minutes into crafting this conversation, into making sure it's a healthy conversation and a safe conversation, and that it's not critical, because if we start criticizing right off the bat, it's going to go away. And so the cool thing about this shift is that you just making that shift of deciding to change your perspective on something or have a healthy conversation on something will cause a change in the behavior or whatever it is that you're bothered by. It has to, because when we change something we're doing, our spouse has to change. They can't respond the same way if we're not responding the same way. And so it's something that feels kind of like magic when you start using this tool of changing your perspective, but it's really not magic, and you know it's not because you're doing the work, right? Like you're making a conscious decision. I'm either going to change my opinion on this and not be bothered by it anymore, or I'm going to figure out how to have a healthy conversation about it. And so that is a really like superhuman tool to use, and it helps us keep our cool and keep our calm and bring more peace into the relationship. And that, what I love about this is that it also helps us save our energy for the really important conversations. So for example, if you're bothered by something going on and it's like a 1 or a 2 or a 3 or a 4, and you decide, I'm just going to decide to change my mind, that saves your energy reserves, because every time you feel angry and frustrated about something, that drains your energy. Like if you pay attention to your body, when you think a negative thought in your mind, you feel a negative feeling in your body, and that drains your energy. And so we just have to decide, is this something worth draining my energy and causing conflict in my relationship? So if it is super important, again, have that healthy conversation. If it's not, let it go. I feel like I'm talking about Elsa the Snow Queen all the time. Let it go. Anyway, I hope this is helpful for you. I think just to sum it up, like the tool is just really using your perspective to change your relationship and to change your joy and your happiness. And I know that it's easier said than done. And each situation is so individual, right? We all have something uniquely different going on, but they're all solved mostly the same way. So if you want to talk about what your situation is, if you think you need help, if you're tired of dealing with this stuff, reach out to me. I offer a complimentary consultation. We'll talk about what's going on in your marriage, what you think should be going on in your marriage, and then how to get you there from point A to point B. And then you're going to be on the track to so much happiness, so much joy, and feeling like your husband couldn't do more for you. And that's the journey that I've taken. That's the journey that I've been on, and you could have it too. And so I hope this was helpful. I hope you have an awesome day, and please reach out to me if you need any help at all. Bye.